You're watching Spectrum News 1. It's 12 o'clock.
Hello, it is noon. I'm Kate Cagle. This is your Spectrum News 1 update. At the state capitol today, lawmakers, including Assemblywoman Tina McKinnon of Inglewood, introduced the California Fast Track Housing Package, a set of 20 permitting reform bills aiming to deliver more affordable homes across the state. The group says housing permitting delays drive up costs and limit supply. The USPS is commemorating the late actress Betty White with a stamp. Oh, she looks gorgeous there. There was an event today at the LA Zoo to celebrate the occasion. White was a Greater LA Zoo Association trustee and donor for half a century. She died on New Year's Eve in 2021 at the age of 99 in Brentwood. RFK Jr. said the Department of Health and Human Services will get rid of 10,000 jobs as part of restructuring. HHS is responsible for monitoring infectious diseases and inspecting foods in hospitals. The workforce decrease also includes another 10,000 workers who took early retirement or buyout offers. This will impact the FDA, CDC, NIH, and Medicare and Medicaid, all of which fall under HHS. California's health department said the CDC will end its COVID funding and that it is working to evaluate the impact of all this. Cloudy and cool for Dodger opening day. I'm weather anchor Sally Jaramillo. Time now for your weather on the ones. Well, you can see that visibility not being a problem like what we noticed yesterday. That's going to be some good news, but we're still tracking those clouds for you. Coastal areas, basins, temperatures still in the 60s. Valleys and IE, a mix of sun and clouds, 66 degrees for today. And here's a look ahead. The cooling trend has arrived. Most of your areas are dropping temperatures 5 to 10 degrees cooler. We are tracking a weak storm that could bring us some slight chances for rain on Sunday.
New tariff talk from the Trump administration, a new federal investigation into California's parental notice policies. But let's talk about this. It is opening day for the Dodgers home game season. Oh, yeah, there's Max Muncy. And the team is calling today a Hollywood story for the ages. This whole season feels like it's going to be that, too. We're going to have you all the excitement that you need from Dodger Stadium and, of course, all the hyper-local news that you need as well. My name is Amrit Singh. It's your afternoon. It is opening day in L.A. Let's get into it. All right, let's start the show talking about the economy, which drove election season, as we know. I won't get Q1 GDP for another month or so, but there was a slight upward revision for Q4 GDP, telling you some good news about where the economy was with its spending. The Commerce Department gave this upward revision from 2.3% to 2.4%. Q3 was 3.1%, so, you had a fairly strong economy at the back half of last year. But what about this year? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Federal layoffs and tariffs also a big part of what we're going to see coming up in Q1. But for all the noise about federal layoffs, it hasn't really shown up in the labor force data yet. Jobless claims for the week largely held steady, a bit below the forecast, 224,000 instead of 225. When will those federal layoffs show up? People are expecting that it would be in the March jobs report on April 4th. And there's some concern about what the tariffs and the layoffs might mean for the Q1 GDP, which right now is forecast for under 2%. A big part of the economy is the feels, how people are feeling, because that impacts how they're spending. A lot of this comes down to what we call consumer sentiment. We got an interesting readout on that front recently. Consumer confidence has actually fallen to a 12-year low. 4 months of drops in a row, in fact. That's according to a report from the Conference Board, which is a nonprofit. People are talking about the fact that they might be holding back on their spending and saving instead, and that could have big ripple effects on the economy. The economy, at the end of the day, really is how people are feeling about the economy. Sentiment's a big part, and Ray Williams shows us just that.
Fast fashion